Welcome to Socrates Beyond Time, a place where I share stories inspired by the thought-provoking spirit of the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates through slow, deep, and contemplative dialogues. In the series Socrates and the Masters of Persuasion, Socrates journeys across time to meet influential figures throughout history, engaging them in conversations that explore the true nature of persuasion, not merely as a technique, but as a way human beings connect with one another. Though these encounters are fictional, the spirit of Socrates and the insights revealed in each dialogue carry a timeless value, inviting us to reflect on how we think, speak, and influence others. If you'd like to explore this journey more deeply, you're warmly invited to visit socratesbeyondtime.blogspot.com, where these reflections continue, quietly yet meaningfully. There are encounters that no longer revolve around what is said, but through what it is said. When Socrates faces Marshall McLuhan, persuasion no longer lies in the content of words, but shifts to the very form of delivery, where the medium quietly shapes how people think, even before they realize what they are thinking. One believes that truth is revealed through dialogue. One sees that such dialogue may have already been formatted beforehand. Between them, there is no refutation, only a gentle awakening. When the medium begins to shape perception, are people still choosing their own thoughts or merely reacting in ways the world has already programmed? Toronto, the 1960s. An evening in a living room lit by the blue glow of a television. The screen flickers, image after image replacing the last. The world at that time was fascinated by content. It believed the message lived inside the words, that the strength of an idea depended on what was being said. Marshall McLuhan stands before the television broadcast. He is not focused on the story unfolding on the screen. Another question lives in his mind. What is this medium doing to our senses and to our minds? He chooses a direction from which there is no easy return. Not to analyze the message first, but to examine the environment that carries it. And from that moment, a statement echoes. The medium is the message. If television reshapes the rhythm of attention, if print molds the habit of linear thinking, then the deepest influence does not lie in the content, but in the form repeated every day. A quiet shift begins to spread. Human beings do not merely consume information, they are restructured by the way information reaches them. Socrates stands silently in the pale blue light. He had always trusted the power of direct dialogue, of questions and argument. Now he wonders very slowly. When the form of communication quietly molds the way we think, do we still possess enough freedom to choose what we believe?
You do not seem concerned with the content, because content is only the bait. Then what truly determines the outcome? The way it reaches human beings.
Socrates watches the stream of images sliding past. No complete story, only fragments stitched to fragments.
In Athens, we debated through speech. Speech requires time, but here, time disappears. No, time is compressed. And when time is compressed, what becomes of reflection? It is replaced by reflex.
Socrates shivers slightly.
Then human beings are no longer persuaded, but shaped? Exactly. A medium does not persuade individual thoughts, it trains the nervous system.
Socrates turns to him.
You are saying that an honest message transmitted through a harmful form can still cause harm? More than that, The form will swallow the content and digest it in its own way. Then the ethics of speech no longer lie with the speaker. They lie in the design of the medium.
A silence settles. The sound from the television fills the room like mechanical breathing.
In Edward Bernays, I saw people guided without knowing. In Rosser Reeves, I saw memory forced into focus. But in you, I see something more unsettling.
What is it?
No one needs to guide people at all, only the environment. We no longer live inside messages. We live inside media. And what do these media teach people? How to pay attention, how to forget, how to be patient, or how to lose patience.
Socrates looks at the blue light falling across his hands.
Then what should a philosopher do in such a world? Not speak louder, but recognize the invisible structures that bend our thinking. You offer no solution, because awareness is the only solution that cannot be automated.
Socrates smiles sadly.
Perhaps, in this age, the most dangerous force is not the liar, but the medium that makes people stop asking questions.
McLuhan turns off the television. The room darkens for a moment. Marshall McLuhan did not teach the world how to persuade better. He taught it how to see what is persuading us every day. The medium is the message, is not merely a slogan, it is a warning. Before asking whether the content is true or false, ask how the form itself is reshaping human beings. In a world where influence no longer requires intention, philosophy may not stop the current, but it can still do one thing: reveal how we are being carried along. And sometimes, simply recognizing that is the moment a person begins to reclaim themselves.